you do? What would you do? It said the guy would be here in about 45 minutes to move this trailer out the way. I could wait for him to come, or I can move the trailer out the door and set it over here on the side, back my trailer into the dock so that I can get unloaded. What would you do? I ain't moving nothing. Pay me. I ain't moving nothing. That wasn't part of the Said I could. It's totally up to me. Well, how much value is it for you to go ahead and get empty as opposed to waiting for the other guy to get here? My clock is running. If I can save all 45 minutes, I'll move the trailer, no problem. Now it's different than you saying, I need you to move that trailer. You don't need, you might need me to, you might want me to. So here's what was really going on. Now I get the details. Relax, it's nothing sinister. It's even better. They was loading this trailer, and the reason that the guy is not going to be here for 45 minutes is because that's when they thought they would have the trailer loaded. So he asked me that I want to move the trailer so that I can get unloaded, but they're not even finished loading the trailer. That's what I just found out. I was like, y'all ready? He's like, yeah, well, we're not finished. You got about 6 more stacks, but I'm not going to hold you up, you know. I was like, oh, okay. Well, how long did it take you to put the 6 stacks on there? Is it about 10, 15 minutes? I told him go ahead on and put it on there. But think about it. And they so cool. This is Pallet King, Hopewell, Virginia. That's very cool. Most of the times you don't get that. They're gonna make you wait. It's not an option. And he was like, if you want to, you can move the trailer and I'll go ahead on and start working on it. Which means when the guy get here, they got to put the trailer back in the door so he can finish loading that trailer. That is very cool. Thanks, Pallet King. I appreciate it. I didn't get the guy's name. Yeah, that's cool. That's real cool. So I told him, go ahead and put the stacks on here. Then I moved the trailer, and they don't have to worry about putting it back. The trailer is done, and I guess the guy that comes is going to get the trailer and go ahead on. So, you know, the tendency is to look out for people that looks out for you. And I really do appreciate them giving me the option of moving this trailer. I guess it's their trailer. You know, most times don't nobody want you messing with trailers because it's not theirs, or liability, this, that, the other, whatever. But yeah, I appreciate that. So basically, unless the guy comes early, I'm still going to be in the door 30 minutes earlier, 35 minutes earlier than if I was forced to wait for him to come and move this trailer out the way, which I think is pretty cool. And I think it was important to share this scenario and this message just because a lot of times we have a default mindset of how much of an uphill battle things are going to be and how the interaction between people, and then when you're dealing with a company, the shipper and receiver and the broker, how there's always this friction rather than people actually working with each other. And people actually do NVIDIA stock rally sputters. Of course there's going to be a pullback. Sorry, the message has come up. You know, there's a lot of people that actually works together and that actually cares and look out for each other. I know I just made the video about that lady not putting on her turn signal to indicate the indicator. To indicate that she was going to turn while I'm sitting there being thoughtful and waiting just because I don't even want her to slow down because of me pulling out. See, I was thoughtful, and there are people who are thoughtful. So don't get discouraged. Don't get discouraged. Don't count your fellow man out. Don't get in the mindset of, yo, is everybody for themselves? Don't nobody like to get together, get along, deal with each other. Just take things as they come on a case-by-case basis. Try not to prejudge things, because it's going to cause you to have this overall outlook, and that's going to affect your experience. That's going to affect your experience, because if your overall outlook is such that we out here, it's a tough uphill battle that's ongoing, and I know every day I got to go out here in this jungle and fight for every step I make forward. It's going to be a fight. It's going to be an issue. Let me get out here and get in it. No, just every day is an adventure, and it turns out to be what it turns out to be. There's going to be opportunities along the way where you have the choice to experience things on face value and assign certain meaning to it as it comes. And you know, you can let it get you irate, you can get road rage, you can become discouraged, you can become enlightened, you can become even more motivated, even more enthusiastic about the future. It's up to how you really internalize and assign meaning to the things that you encounter on a day-by-day basis. The more mindful you are about your ability to assign meaning and adjust your perspective and perception about the reality and the future and opportunities and the potential, the more mindful you are of your power to do that, the better everything is going to be. That's right. Finally, I look at you and not me. You know, spoke to someone today who is asking, man, all I need is a little help. All I need is someone to invest in me. I says, my brother, I know what you want. I know that you are a go-getter. That's not the issue. What the biggest opportunity I see for you is for you to work on, you ready? All right. Work on developing the mindset where you're not quick to look for someone or something to blame for the situation you find yourself in. Instead, look at the situation and see if there is anything you can learn from it. See if there are any choices that you could have made differently that would or might have led to a different outcome. Especially if nothing else would have helped you from not ending up in the situation that you find yourself in, which you do not like. And it's hard for him to grasp that. And I understand it's a mindset, and it takes time. It's a process. You can't just flip a switch and all of a sudden have a different mindset. It's something that you have to work on. But now y'all gonna get off here and get right. Let me ask you a question. Do you think the guy is probably going to be pretty intentional about unloading the trailer as quickly as he can? It's lunchtime, 12:25. Matter of fact, you know what? Because I didn't have an appointment, I had a window which doesn't start until 1 o'clock. So he might very well unload this trailer before he go to lunch. But it's the transfer of energy. because I was willing to reward his kindness with letting him finish loading the trailer, then he might reward my kindness with unloading this trailer without even going to lunch. Going to lunch later. But that's why it's better. You can be a dick about things, or you can be the opposite. Just be cool. I ain't even, not the opposite of being a dick, just be cool. Cool with people. And it'll get you a lot further. It may not always be one-to-one. You might not always see it immediately, but it works out to your advantage over time. Like I said, in this case, I'm probably going to get loaded up a lot sooner than if I would have just been nasty about, man, I'm not moving your trailer. Hey, people play games. Even that is worse than, nah, I'll just wait. That's one attitude. Another attitude, I'm not moving your trailer. Like, how could you even ask? And then the other one is, shoot, man, yeah, thanks. I appreciate the opportunity of you giving me that option. I'll move it. 3 different outcomes you'll get from those 3 different attitudes. Y'all not even gonna believe how well this worked out. Like when I was just talking about the energy, I was talking about I might not have to wait on him going to lunch. It's much better than that. Here's what happened. He knows someone who has pallets near Greensboro. I don't even know why he assumed. Oh, he saw inside the truck and said Greensboro. He knows someone near Greensboro that does pallets. Just like what they're doing. He's going to call him and tell him that I'm a good guy, probably a good guy to work with. And I think he said he's going to give me his number as well. You can't make it up. You cannot make it up. And so that's going to be a direct, I got to fix my lunch. That's going to be direct shipper. He said he thinks the guy does like 3 loads a week. We'll see. I'll update. Okay, Steven. You didn't have to leave my trailer like this, though. You could have got this stuff up out of here, man.